Hey, welcome back to Score on Business. Phil, let's talk go a little bit further about bootstrapping and what you refer to as real angels.
Yeah, so bootstrapping and crowdfunding are good ways to start building validation for your concept that you can execute, you can get people to pay for the product that you're building. Real angels are also a good source of capital when you're really early and maybe even in the idea stage. So real angels, what a lot of entrepreneurs, again, they go looking to angel groups and they think that that's where they're going to find these real angels. But angel groups operate like VCs. There's a gatekeeper. You know, you have to go through somebody like me who runs InCrowd, where I have to say, okay, I think my members are interested in this. So we see a lot of companies. Again, people can go to our website. We're easy to find. VCs are the same way. So I separate out from angel groups what I call real angels. Those could be mentors, people who you've been meeting with and getting advice from for a really long time, people who believe in you as a person. That could be family, it could be friends, family, which a lot of people call that bootstrapping also. But you could also classify that as real angels. But also your customers even. Now mentors could come from industry trade groups and that sort of thing, but customers could be both, right? So I like to use a simple example of like a restaurant software company. You go to a restaurant owner, maybe somebody who owns 10 restaurants, and you say, hey, will you use my software? Will you be a customer? And that person says, you know what, I love this. I'm going to put it in all 10 of my restaurants, and I'm a member of a trade association. I can introduce you to hundreds of more customers. And you know what, that's so great. I think I can be so helpful. I'd like to maybe invest. Are you taking investors? That's a real angel. This restaurant owner maybe has never invested in another startup or early stage company in their lives. They don't even know what angel investing is. But they know your product, they know they can use it, and they know they can help. So those are the types of people that a lot of entrepreneurs are looking for, but they think that they're going to find them in angel groups. So a good way to do that is just think about when you're out selling to your customers, is this somebody who could eventually be a potential investor? Especially if they're well connected in the industry that you're trying to get into. That's what I call a real angel. You don't necessarily, you can find them in angel groups, but you have to get past a gatekeeper first, which is a lot harder.
So when company, what do you look for? What kind of companies does InCrowd look for, and how do you evaluate?
Yeah, so as you mentioned in our intro, we primarily work with companies who go through incubator, accelerator, or university programs. So a university program would be like a tech transfer. The reason that I like to do that is because of the way that I think is the best way to screen companies for early stage investing. What I don't think a good way is to have entrepreneurs mail in a plan or send you an email, say here's some info about our business, we're raising money now, we want to close in 2 months, 3 months. Right? It doesn't give you
work that way.
Right, and you ask investors, and entrepreneurs go and get advice on this all the time. They ask investors, what's the most important thing? And everyone says the team, the team, the team. But after you hear that, everybody knows that. But what's important about that is what we look for. I like to find and talk to companies really early, even when they have ideas, and they're just thinking, here's what my plan is. I maybe need some time to execute, but I think in the next 6 months or even a year, I'm going to be looking for money. I'd like to be on your radar. I like to see them really early, because what I can do is when they come back 6 months or even a year later, I can see how they've progressed. And every single entrepreneur on the planet hits a hurdle, hits a roadblock at some point that they have two options. One, they can fight through it, or they can give up. And since every entrepreneur hits that hurdle, hits that roadblock, I like to see the ones who over time hit those and find ways around them.
Oh, yeah.
And there's only one way to do that. Find them really early, meet them really early, and see how they progress over time.
Yeah.
So if you're an entrepreneur and you just want to talk to someone about your idea, that's my favorite part of the job. Anyone can reach me and talk about that. And if you're looking money for 6, 12 months down the road, we're a place to go.
Yeah, we're winding down on the close, so that's website InCrowdCapital.com.
That's it.
Awesome. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Pete. It was fun.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we do so much appreciate you being here. Make sure to check out scorenashville.org. As mentioned at the beginning of the show, we've got lots and lots of resources for you. We'll see you next week. Thanks.